you. Um, Next, we have the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Stefanik.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Scott. Secretary Cardona, students in rural communities have a higher high school graduation rate, yet they are less likely to enroll in post-secondary education. And those who do enroll, they often face unique barriers that make them more likely to drop out without completing their education. Addressing this attainment gap will go a long way in unleashing the untapped economic potential of rural America. And in the final FY21 appropriations bill, I was proud to lead a bipartisan effort to secure $10 million for grants to support innovative, locally driven approaches to improve rates of post-secondary enrollment and completion among rural students. The problem is the department has yet to issue a notice inviting applications for this rural post-secondary and economic development grant program that funds rural students. Can you provide an update on the status of the department's efforts to distribute this funding?
Thank you, Representative. I share your passion around making sure that our students in rural areas get the supports that they need to have access like every other student. So thank you for the question. I'm going to ask my staff today to reach out to you and your staff to provide an update.
That would be great. And can you commit to working with me and this committee to get things moving on that funding?
Absolutely.
Great. My next question has to do with foreign influence on college campuses. Republicans have been leading the fight against the malign activities of the Chinese Communist Party, including their corrosive influence over America's colleges and universities. The Trump administration was the first to truly hold colleges accountable for foreign influence on campus and uncovered over $6.5 billion of previously unreported foreign donations to institutions of higher education, which have anonymized identities of their donors. And it's not just donations. Congressional Republicans' China Task Force successfully highlighted the Chinese Communist Party's relentless efforts to influence our higher education, from their recruitment of U.S. academics to their theft of research and intellectual property at American universities. Just over a year ago, we learned that the chair of Harvard's chemistry department participated in China's Thousand Talents program and was charged in connection with aiding the Chinese Communist government. This should concern every American, and left unchecked, Chinese influence on American campuses puts our national security at risk. So with that in mind, Mr. Secretary, how does your department plan to hold colleges and universities accountable to their Section 117 reporting requirements for foreign gifts and contracts?
Thank you, Representative Stefanik. This is another issue that we share your concern in making sure that we are looking into this. I can commit that we'll work with you and others to listen to the concerns and be swift about communicating where we believe changes need to be made. I commit to working with you and others to make sure that we're looking into this.
And are you going to hold the actual colleges and universities accountable for those reporting requirements in Section 117?
Yes, if there are reporting requirements that need to be followed, we will hold them accountable to make sure that those are happening.
Great. And then the other proposal I wanted to raise to you is that in the China Task Force, one of the recommendations was to lower that reporting threshold from $250,000 gifts to $50,000 gifts. Is that something the department is committed to working with us on?
We're committed to working with you on making sure that the proposals that you put forward are administered and understanding more of the issue and more of the concerns that you have.
Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you.